Hello, friends. Welcome to the final part of the Ultra Supreme Max difficulty run. That is assuming that I don't have a duplicate die in this episode, which is a minor risk because we're going to be going out to a few asteroids we haven't been to yet to finish off the last of the achievements. In case you're new here, or if you have tuned out the entire series except for the last episode, welcome back. There's a whole bunch you missed in the middle of it, but here's the rules of the run. I have to play on the hardest asteroid on the highest difficulty, getting all the achievements in one run. Whole bunch of other restrictions here that'll make it harder for me, but outside of the first little while, we've had some bumps in the road, but I think in general we've done pretty well. I was not expecting to do this on the first try, which is good, I guess, that we don't have to go back and try again. I know some people wanted to see that, but I don't know, I guess maybe next time I'll fail. But yeah, anyway, so we've got all that stuff taken care of. This is the last episode, like I mentioned. And it's the last episode because there's only a few more achievements to go. Let's take a look and see what we have left. Cosmic Archaeology, we need to grab a few more artifacts from these other asteroids. We need to breach the temporal tear and open it. And we also need to land on every planet, or planetoid, whatever we want to call it. So that is what we're going to be doing in this episode. Just a quick follow-up from the last one. Take a look at our reactor. It's still running. No more modifications have been needed ever since the last video. It also really hasn't been that long, so if there are any other modifications that are needed, I will mention them here, just because I know that a lot of times people watch these types of series for fun, but they do wind up getting a good amount of inspiration on how to do things in their own games, and I'd like to keep it pretty clean if you're interested in taking some of this design and using it. There's a whole bunch of different ways of doing this, obviously, but the general idea of putting this in a big steamy area and using steam turbines to keep it cool and generate a lot of power is the basic idea. But anyway, I think you get the point there. All right, so let's start with what we need to do. We need to head out to 3 asteroids. One is this water asteroid, which we have not seen much of yet because we haven't landed on it. At the very bottom of this huge pool of water is going to be a few artifacts that we're going to grab and get out of there. The second asteroid is going to be this one. This is what I call like the Regolith asteroid because it's a big empty wasteland that's just covered in Regolith. There's a lot of Regolith meteor showers here that we'll probably need to protect ourselves from a little bit, but this is a really small version compared to the regular spaced out mode. This is one of the biggest changes as far as I can tell, because the Regolith asteroid on the regular spaced out version is huge, probably like 3 times the width of this. Right, maybe twice. I don't know, something like that. It's a lot bigger. The artifacts are pretty close to the top here. They're like right there, so this should be a pretty quick one. And then we just need to land on the Magma planet. I think I will just send some rovers down to land on it, and that'll get that achievement. So after we do that, we will be opening the temporal tear, which we're going to do here, but we need to start sending ourselves a good amount of steel to finish off all these doors. Just so we can protect ourselves from the meteor showers that's going to happen once we open the temporal tear. And then after that, we're going to build a rocket, and we're going to send a duplicate out to the last asteroid. I'm not sure who we're going to send. I guess it's whoever makes the most sense from our colony, and I am getting the sense that Bubbles is probably the best person to send, because she was front and center in so many things, and she deserves to ascend to a better place, unlike all these other bums who came in late and didn't help out nearly as much as Bubbles. So Bubbles started out being the troublesome one, and now she is going to be the person that takes us to the next universe of existence. So I think her career arc is about to complete. So that's the plan. In the meantime, I've just been collecting some resources that I'm going to be taking along with me. That is way too many reed fibers. I don't want to take that many. Let me do this. Let me ask for, I guess, like 80. I need to take some in order to assure that we have a way to repair our suits while we're out there, because the water asteroid in particular is going to take a long time for me to dig down. It's probably too many Atmo suits as well, but it's not like I'm really doing anything with them, so that's probably fine. The rest of these I could probably just get rid of, so let's put it in there. There we go. Sweep it. So that should be it. Once I get the rest of these out of here, I will go ahead and close this up. We can do our typical routine of vacuuming out all the air so that we can load it into the rocket that we're going to be taking there. The rocket and plan for this is basically we're going to live out of this rocket the entire time that we're there. And we're just going to build enough structures to get the artifacts and get out of there. So that's going to be the plan. The inside of this rocket, I just built an entirely new one because I want to make another rocket interior build. Those are always really fun. So here's the objectives with this. This rocket, since we're going to be out on these planets with not a lot of infrastructure, and since this one in particular, at least in the base game, or rather, not the base game, but like regular spaced out, is really deep with water. On classic mode, I'm not sure how deep this actually is, but I'm pretty sure still, regardless, the artifact's going to be somewhere down here. So we definitely need to work out of suits, and we definitely need a rocket setup that can replenish those suits with oxygen as we are doing the stuff that we need to do. This is the wrong rocket. So what I need in here is basically a big panel of suits for enough duplicants that are going to help us work pretty quickly. I think I'm going to take 5 duplicants, maybe 5 or 6, something like that. So I need that, I need a bathroom, and I need a place for a great hall. I don't think we'll be going to be able to fit anything else, but if I can fit a recreation room in here just for that one little bit of morale that's going to be extra, that probably doesn't really matter that much, then I'll do it. But if not, then yeah, we'll go from there. So that's going to be the objectives, and I don't know. I guess I'll just get started on that now. So yeah, here we go. Okay, this is about what I came up with. Couple of weird things. One of which is I did not have space to get 5 mess tables in here, as well as all the other buildings that I needed, and still have our recreation building be usable. But the funny thing is that it still makes it count as a great hall, so there you go. There is no restriction in here that says every building that is required to be in the room still has to be functional. So haha, I got them there. So we still have a great hall, even though this telephone is just floating on the wall and no one can use it. So yeah, I've got everything in here. The setup is a little bit different. The gas pump that's on the bottom is going to be a big gas pump, only because we need it to fill up our suit docks. And that's going to be the same one that's going to be used to get rid of any carbon dioxide and stuff like that that builds up in the rocket. We are probably going to have a hard time generating enough power to push this while we're just flying there, because the outside only has 1 solar panel. So I did make sure to pack some glass. My duplicates are moving all that stuff right now. So when the glass comes along, we'll be able to build our own solar panels out there, and they'll just kind of stay there as just artifacts of a civilization that visited and stole some artifacts and left. Pretty greedy civilization, if you ask me. But yeah, we've got that going on. So yeah, pretty simple setup here. Got 2 oxygen diffusers, only because there's going to be 5 duplicates, and a lot of the oxygen is going to be drawn out by this gas pump. So there you go. I guess I could put this on like a mesh tile or something to help the airflow a little. Maybe I'll replace those now that I'm looking at this again. We don't necessarily need the storage tiles, but the mesh ones will at least help out a little bit. So there we go. Did avoid the radiation spots as much as I could. There are still some spots my duplicates could be exposed to quite a bit of radiation, but it shouldn't be horrible. And I did bring some extra tiles just in case that we needed to block some of that off. Or rather, like plastic and lead and stuff like that. So my duplicates are going to be delivering all this stuff. The first place that we're going to go is going to be the water planet. So we'll do the same thing we typically do when we're visiting a new area. I'll just kind of come back when we have the rocket sitting in this position and ready to land. So I'll be there in just a second. Okay, we're here. Let's start landing the rocket. And this is going to be pretty similar to stuff we've done before. We could probably just pick anybody, just because anybody can go down to the surface, and both of these are made out of steel, so we will have enough for the platform once they both land. And I want to land somewhere kind of low, like as low as possible, but without my duplicants taking too much radiation exposure. Why is this not going? Oh, I think I need to wait for them to actually get out of the rocket. Right? What are you doing? Go. I don't know what's going on. Nice. Love it. I guess it just got canceled for some reason. There we go. Let's get the other one down here too. So if we just land both of these, we should be able to build a platform. I'm probably going to build it like down under here, I think, just so we can get some natural insulation from all the radiation that's going to be here. So I think we can just start digging out some of these tiles. Oh, that's dirt. That's not going to help us very much. Yeah, let's grab these. So yeah, these two are just going to be responsible for getting us all the way down there. As soon as we have access to some sandstone, which we just dug out, start building a ladder down. Don't quite have enough materials, but we'll get there. And we deconstruct these two things so we have enough for the platform. I don't know why that didn't deconstruct. There we go. And then once they get far enough down, we should have enough steel now to build our platform. We will also dig out all the stuff that's above this as well before we land it. Actually, maybe this isn't a good idea. Maybe we should put it like further over, so we can still at least land the rocket. I think right here should still be able to land. So I think these rockets only extend about this far out. So I think that should be good. Yeah. We'll create some stepping stones to get across here. There. Alright, so these two are going to be busy getting everything ready to land the rocket. As soon as we are ready to land, we'll get it down here, and then we'll keep going. So we're in a little bit of a bad position here. The thing that I made a mistake on was when I deconstructed this second module, the other half of my steel fell all the way down to the bottom of the water. So we can't land a rocket here until we actually get that from the bottom, which is another reason why I really don't like doing it this way and why I'd prefer to just spray the resources down if I can. These two are also asleep, and I need to wake them up, so this is turning into quite the emergency. Let me add a new schedule here. All work. There we go. And who's out here? I know one of them is Bonnie. Who's the other one? Doubles. Okay. There. Wake up. Hurry up. We have more to do. Get up, get up, get up. There. Alright. So we'll see if we manage to get all the way down there and land the rocket before these two run out of oxygen. Looks like... How do I tell how much is in their suit right now? I don't think I know how to do that. Or maybe there isn't even a way to do that. And of course, the bars don't load, because why would the bars load after they landed on a planet? So many bugs. I have a bone to pick. Well, I guess we'll see if we can get all the way down here, and I think I'll just stay with this until we actually recover that, because this is some serious danger going on here. I don't know of a faster way to get down here. This is probably the quickest we could do it. I guess we could have one of them, like, moving resources to be closer. I don't know. That would probably be better, actually. Let's do this. Let me drop that and a storage bin. That way, one of them can start moving sandstone while the other one is working. What are you doing? Oh, narcoleptic nap. Boy, we chose some great duplicants for this. Yeah, if I can cut down on this travel time, we'll definitely get down there faster. So I'll just kind of create some checkpoints here filled with some storage bins. And one of them can be responsible for moving stuff, and the other one can be responsible for building. So there's not just one of them sitting around the whole time. This is also why landing rovers is a lot more safe. So lots of mistakes were made here, but this is, I guess, part of the fun in trying to solve some of these situations that we put ourselves in. So I want to ask for sandstone. Let's get, like, I don't know, 1,200 at a time. Sure. So one of them ought to bring it down, and the other one, if I put these at a high enough priority, will continue to build the ladders. Then they should be able to grab sandstone from right here instead of having to go all the way back up. So there we go. Well, that'll at least help a little bit. It's not looking like it now. I probably should have disrupted doubles to get them to do this instead. There we go. Doing a little bit of switch off here. She's going to go grab some sandstone. There, we got a better system going on. There's our other packet of steel. I see it. Almost there. Question is how much oxygen they have, and I really don't know, which is a very comforting thought. I don't think they're having any trouble. So once they start holding their breath, I think is when I'm going to start thinking about abandoning ship and getting everybody else down here the not so great way. The problem with that is I will need to put them in suits, and then those duplicants will be stuck on the bottom too, because they'll all land in random locations, so they could definitely be stuck down here. But I think we're going to be fine. I think we're going to make it. Let me raise. Oh, I already did that. Okay. Yeah, so we're going a little bit quicker now. I think we're going to get there. No breath holding? No. I think I would see their cheeks puffed up by now if that was the case. The radiation exposure isn't great. It's also not too bad. Their suits are also going to fill up soon because they're going to have to use the bathroom. These duplicants always needing so much from me. Wonder... I don't think there's a better way to get down here. Another thing we could do... let me think about this. I could destroy ladders to a point that one of them falls all the way down and starts building their way up from the bottom. I don't think that's any faster, or at least overall it probably won't be faster. If I did that at first, it probably would be, but this is about as quick as we're going to go. There we go. Now I can start asking for this at a lower point. So let's go 2,000, sure. Sandstone, where are you? Alright. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. This is so much less important than building the ladder. Come on. We almost out of sandstone. I think we might just barely have enough with what's here. And once this gets filled up, I'm just going to drop it on the ground because we don't need it to be any closer now. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to do this. We only need a few more, then we can grab the steel, and then we can land the rocket. Jeez, this is way more stressful than it needs to be. But we're almost all the way to the bottom, which means we'll be able to get the artifact out of here pretty quick. And then we'll be able to move on to the next planet. Alright, come on, come on, come on. One more ladder away. One more. Come on. Grab the steel? Yes. Okay. And if we can get the rocket landed before doubles peas or pants, that'd be the best. We'll see if we can get that. Alright, move here. Don't drop the steel. Don't drop it. Thank you. Alright, hurry up and build. Come on. Almost there. Okay, now we should be able to land this. Yes, alright, now get out of the way. Move. Thank you. Our water's going to be heavily irradiated, but at this point, if we survive, then I'm going to be happy with it. Ooh, we can actually come up to the very top. That's actually pretty cool. I will eventually deconstruct all this stuff. And if these two can get back in there... Yes! Yes! We did it! Definitely not the way it was supposed to go. I wonder how much this actually has in it now. Let me undock it and see how much was left. Click on the suit. Ah, there. 11.8. So we were down to 11% oxygen by the time this all... by the time they got back. So, wow. Pretty crazy situation there, but we have definitely landed. I'll just keep digging my way down to the bottom, and as soon as I hit the bottom, we'll grab the artifact, and then we'll get out of here. Okay, we've made it. We have reached the bottom, and this is still basically the full-size asteroid. So yeah, this is how deep the water pit is on this asteroid. We've reached the bottom where these two artifacts are, so I'm just gonna go remove them. And then I have some stuff built inside the rocket to accept these artifacts, so we can just use a pedestal to get them. I don't know if there's a better way to move them in here. I guess I've never really been in this situation before because I've always just built the thing to research the artifacts on site. So these ones we're actually just going to bring back. So I'm going to have my duplicants run down there and grab them real quick. And they'll just take them back to the main asteroid to be studied. There we go. Got my blender, got my double helix. Gonna be heading back to the main base because I need to refuel this rocket before we send it back out to the next asteroid. And the next asteroid we're gonna go to is gonna be the Regolith asteroid. So not a whole lot of exciting stuff to happen in between there. But we are going to just bring this rocket back, refuel it really quickly, and get back out there. So when we do, I don't know where they brought it to, but it's supposed to be here. Oh, it's food time. So they're like, ah, I'm done doing work. Imagine if you could do that. It's like lunchtime, so you just drop everything you're doing on the ground, and you're like, oh, time to eat. Gotta go. There'd be lots of chaos because of that. All right, so I'll grab these artifacts. We'll get them back to the main base. Then this will kind of just go dormant. There won't be a reason to be here anymore. We don't need to put a printing pod or anything down here. Our business is pretty much done with this asteroid, so yeah, it's just going to kind of keep it a light touch and get out of here and go back home, and then head off to the Regolith planet. So I think I'll rejoin when we are back around here with our rocket to land on the Regolith planet. Hopefully it won't go as badly as the water one, but yeah, we'll get there. So yeah, we'll come back in a bit. Alright, I just wanted to mention this really quickly because people were leaving comments that are very helpful about letting me know to deal with the nuclear fallout, or nuclear waste. I was planning on doing it, just hadn't got it done yet. I probably should have put this in at the beginning because managing my duplicates working in here with all this radiation is a little touch and go. But we got it all up. There's a liquid pump here that's getting rid of all the nuclear fallout so it doesn't wind up flooding this building. Apparently really bad things happen if that's the case. I also moved over some of the drains for these steam turbines to fall right back down on here just to balance out the temperature a little bit. So all the steam turbines are running at a pretty consistent temperature, and this is almost optimal in terms of like how much energy they produce versus how much heat they produce. And this puts out a ridiculous amount of energy. This is basically like a magma setup, except for probably a little bit more, and all you're spending... Jeez. All my voice is spending is a bunch of boogers, I'll tell you that much. Jeez. Alright, anyway. All we're spending is a little bit of the uranium that we already found on another asteroid and got refined for free. So, pretty good, all things considered. So we've got that going. But we have our rockets in orbit now. So let's go ahead and get our Recon rocket landed on the Regolith asteroid, as I like to call it. I'm pretty sure that the artifact is just right here. So this should be a pretty fast, just grab it and go type of thing. So maybe we'll just do this pretty quickly. So, yeah. Let's find some duplicates to send down there. A couple of them already have some radiation sickness. So how about Harold? Actually, I don't even know if Harold can build stuff. That's probably a bad choice. How about Doubles and Bonnie? How about that? They'll actually get down here and do this the right way, and I won't mess it up this time and send my duplicate, or rather, send him on a wild goose chase down a huge hole of water in order to chase that down. Did we get stuck in a break time again? Oh no, everybody is starting to hold their breath. Why are you not going? Maybe I just don't have enough oxygen in here. Yeah, the oxygen looks kind of low. Is this because it's too dense of carbon dioxide? No, I just don't have a lot of power. So let me deconstruct this. Well, actually what I could do, since I still need to land, could deconstruct a couple of these buildings and switch over to some manual power for a little bit. It'll hurt everybody's morale, but whatever. They can deal with it. Power, manual generator, there we go. Still not quite clear why they're not getting in the rocket though, so deploy again. How about we do this the third time? How about we just keep doing it over and over until someone finally comes down here? You doing it? You leaving? Yep. Okay, thank you. Jeez. Alright, now it's Bonnie's turn. Oh, Bonnie already went. Now it's going to be Double's turn, I think? Yeah, deploy. There's one coming down. Let's get the second one here. Come on. There we go. Good job. Yes. Doing stuff that I told you to on like the third try. Love it. Okay, so let's deconstruct these. I think the artifact's right here. If it is, this ought to be pretty quick. We also don't have any materials for ladders, which is pretty funny, so we might just need to land the rocket before we do anything else. Let me start building a way for these duplicates to get out of here, so that they don't get super irradiated. They're already probably getting quite irradiated, so let's just cut a hole into here, just to keep them safe. This will take them a while. Maybe this isn't the best idea. Maybe I should just deal with the radiation for the time being. Actually, what am I doing? Why don't I just dig down here? Because we'll be able to get resources from this. Yeah, this is mafic rock. Okay. If we just dig down here, we should be able to deconstruct this. And then we can just run into this little area when the rocket starts to land. And that should hopefully hide us from some radiation. Let's put down our rocket platform. There we go. Oh, there's even steel right here. That's pretty funny. Alright, and then I guess we can keep building. We have some mafic rock now, so we should be able to start building some ladders. Yeah, if we can just snatch this really quickly and then head back, that would be ideal. Yeah, I can see it right here, so there's definitely one. And these should be the last two for this achievement, so once we get this rocket back, we should be good. So let's start prepping the inside of this for it as well. How much oxygen do we have? A decent amount. Let me deconstruct this for the time being. And we will put up our platforms to grab the artifacts. Let's get back over here. Submit the bioscan for this, which again, it just does not tell me that it's already pending, so I'd just like to press it a few times just because I feel like it's not doing anything. There we go. Here's our phone. Strange brick. Was anybody else around during these times when you had these types of phones? I think I've seen one once, but I'm not that old. Pretty old, but not that old. All right, let's land the rocket. Change to here. You two need to hide. Let's move over here. People on the inside of the rocket. Let's build our platforms for the artifacts, which are going to be in furniture. And a pedestal. There we go. Throw a couple of those down. Let's take a look at this. Land. Land. Come on. There we go. We might as well use up this neural vaccinator as well. Bonnie, since you revealed it, you get to use it. Have fun. Let's get your brain scrambled. There we go. Let's see what you got. Probably something not very great, but who cares? Better than nothing. Oh, this is really good. Wow. Okay, nice. If everyone had this, that would, like, be a cheat code. Alright, inside of the rocket. We need to... I guess I'll just build a ladder up there. It doesn't really matter that much. I don't need to, like, be super efficient with this, so... We'll just build our way back up, and then they will be able to take the artifacts back and put them on the pedestals. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. No real need to have us go through this entire process of grabbing these two. But all I'm really going to be doing is getting those two, putting it on top of these platforms, and then heading back. So that should be it. I'll make sure that my duplicants don't die in here. That's probably a pretty good thing to make sure of. But yeah, so we got those two. Once we get back and finish the achievement, we'll come back and then we'll move on to something else. Okay, here's artifact number 10 that we are currently dusting off. How appropriate. Look who's dusting it off. Yeah. And we got this. I believe it's going to start another video. I actually can't remember. I'm pretty sure it does. So if you haven't seen this and you don't want to, again, just skip ahead about a minute and here we go. Again, what's with this random empty rocket platform? At least that one makes a little more sense. Also, I don't know if anybody noticed, but there's a nutrient bar on one of the artifact pedestals. Yeah, nothing too wild, but I'll read this again. In exploring this corner of the universe, we have found and assembled a collection of artifacts from another civilization. I think it was us, because that's my arm on the table back there. Studying these artifacts can give us a greater understanding of who we are and where we came from. Or I guess come from, who cares? Only by learning about the past can we build a brighter future, one where we learn from the mistakes of our predecessors. And then they... you know, walk into a big radiation area and die. Yay, cosmic archaeology. So we've got that one done. We're down to our last two. We are about to get them. Let me check on our progress for the temporal tear opener. Let's look back here. We're almost done. We just need one more thing to get up there. I do have a little wall here to make sure that we are taking as minimal damage as possible from the... Oh, I guess I could... I'm blocking my shipments right now. I'll just deconstruct this for the time being. But all we need is vision for this temporal tear to shoot through, so there's going to be a little gap here. The rest of it's all going to be closed off. I will shut this door that is currently supposed to be open for the interplanetary launcher, but this spot right here is blocking it. So we'll get that fixed, but yeah, we're about ready to open that and get that going. But the last thing that we need to do is we need to land on every planet, and I'm just going to send a rover down to the Magma planet. So nothing too special here. We've built this rocket a few times before. I just need to swap it out for a rover module here, so I'll deconstruct that and put that on there. I will only need to take one duplicate here as well, so we can just change our crew. Jean, sir, you're the first person I saw, so you're the one staying on there. That's the order of the draft, right? So I'll probably rebuild some of this a little bit because the power situation on this isn't great. And I think we can just put the rocket module here, and then I'll put the power thing here. It'll invalidate the bathroom for sure. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, I could probably put it over here and just shove the manual generator in the corner. I don't want to have to rebuild too much of this because this is going to be literally one of the last things that we do is fly to this planet and drop off a rover. And then we'll probably use the same rocket to fly into the temporal tear. So I'm not going to get too fancy. This will just kind of be a broken down, defunct area for the most part, but whatever. We'll get it rebuilt and we'll get over to the next planet, which we'll land somebody on. We'll get that achievement and then we will go to the temporal tear. Okay, this should be it. We just need to deploy our rover and then I think it'll be good for that achievement. So let's hit the deploy button as the game loads. Just throw him down there to have fun by himself. And I think as soon as it lands, it will give us the achievement. Right? Yep, there we go. He just had to jump out twice for some reason. Alright, there we go. Achievement number 44. We've only got one left. So, yeah. Let's go get that last one, which is the Great Escape. We need to open the temporal tear, then we need to send a duplicate on a one-way mission to the furthest star map destination. A lot of people gave me ideas for what to do with this. One person suggested sending my entire colony through the temporal tear, which is kind of cool. I would really like that, and I would do that for sure if it wouldn't turn into your colony has been lost, game over. I feel like that would make people feel kind of bad. I love the idea of sending the whole colony through, but if it just weren't for that one little thing that tells us that we lost, I would do it. I know we'll have won by the time we get this done, unless things really go badly in the next few minutes. But yeah, I really like that idea and I wanted to do it. The other point of business that we have is I think we have a winner in terms of what to do with our monument, which I am wholly unprepared to do right now. I need to pull up the actual results. There was one comment that got super duper upvoted, which means that a lot of people wanted that. So we're going to dress the monument after we breach the temporal tear. And there's going to be one more little segment that's like a thank you for watching this series. Yeah, we're kind of approaching the end here, so we'll get that done and we'll do the little funsy stuff, and then I think we will call it a day. We will move on to something else. So yeah, let's get that temporal tear open, but I need to prep the rocket and get a duplicate in position first before we open it. So we'll do that first. Okay, rocket's back. This is the rocket of destiny that we are going to send into the temporal tear. So we're going to start sending Bubbles on her way there. But this is the last time we're going to call her Bubbles, because Bubbles has ascended. This is only Bubbles' mortal name. We need to change Bubbles' name to a truly deserving title after all the progress that she has shown throughout this colony. Our Queen. Now, you will address her simply as our Queen. Bubbles really came a long way. Somebody posted a comment that turned into a sticker that said, "Be the best Bubbles you can be." And this is truly a story of inspiration and of, you know, doing the best with what you're given. And Bubbles definitely did that and got so much better. Let's actually take a look at that. I'm like, hey, we should all call her our queen, and I immediately call her the old name. Let's see. Bubbles bio. Yeah, whatever. Look at that. Science 26, athletics 15. Yeah. She started at -5, so definitely a whole lot of progress here. 21 agriculture, 26 science, 17 piloting. Look at all this progress. And 0 in creativity and husbandry. She doesn't even need that. She is of God status without it. Alright, so let's send her on her way. We're going to acknowledge our warnings in the sense that we don't have enough fuel to get back, but that's fine. She is going to a better place. And we will see her off as soon as she comes up into the rocket. Look at that. Look how prompt and how fast she is. She's hauling compared to earlier in the game. Definitely no more complaints about her speed now. She's like, look at this. Look how much progress I've made. And there we go. Our queen is off to the temporal tear. She will be there in a couple days. But in the meantime, let's set up our monument to the specs that the people have voted for. So, the head, and also from Knight. I make it a habit to butcher everyone's name, so you're welcome. They said the head should be the Morb, for without them you would have perished from the start. So there you go. There's the Morb head. Torso holding the rocket for all of the space achievements, so there you go. And the legs. The pile of critter eggs in honor of the carnivore and taming every critter achievements. Very appropriate. Lots of people agreed with this. So yeah, I've got a lot of support for this. I'm waiting for the game to load. I'm not just drawing this out. So even if I click, it's not going to do anything yet. But this is the monument that you have constructed. You, the people, have said this monument represents us. And I agree. I think this monument represents us quite well. So there you go. There's a nice little action shot for you. Alright, so our queen is on the way to the temporal tear. Once she arrives nearby, we will open it up. So let's check on the other colony. And who's this? Gossman is here, finishing up the last little touches on our armor to prevent too much damage from the meteor shower that will start once we hit the button. So we will do that soon as our queen arrives in position. So we will get there in just a minute. Okay, our queen has arrived. She is ready to enter a new plane of existence because she is simply better than the rest of us now. Let's go ahead and open up the temporal tear first, though. So, on the ice asteroid, Gospin's been very busy constructing this nice plate of armor for us because there will be lots of meteors that will come down when this happens. So what I'm going to do is I'll close every door except for the ones that have to be open before I shoot this. And I'm going to create a little chamber here to hopefully block some of the stray shots that will come in and disrupt, or rather cause some damage down here. Gospin will probably have some repairing to do, but it'll at least be minimized with this. So let's go ahead and fire it, and then we'll see the chaos ensue. Yes, I'm ready for a meteor shower. There you go, big rainbow of death. And it summons that, so we're just going to go ahead and close this. Hopefully it'll close before it takes too much damage. I don't think it'll be too bad, though. I've also seen a few... I don't know actually when... See, here's a couple of hits. I don't know when this actually stops. I've seen a lot of times people will say that it stops after this first one, but I have definitely seen it continue for several more instances. Not like it matters that much, because we're basically on the verge of completing the game, so whatever. So when we did it there, now this is open, and our queen can enter. It will take a little bit for her to travel to the next space, so 0.7 cycles. So I will come back in just a bit when we're just about ready to change tiles and get in there. Alright, here we go. Our queen is about to become one with the cosmos as she enters the open temporal tear, and we'll complete this crazy run that we have done. This is the last step that needs to happen. There she goes, kind of orienting the rocket to just chill there, I guess. Any minute now, it should give us the alert that we have completed the objective because she should have arrived there. Oh wait, we have to click on this. That's right. There we go. I'm like, hey, do it for me. And she has turned into debris. Very wonderful debris, I must say. All right. This is the last little video that's going to be a part of like their little animations that they show you when you complete different parts of this. So again, if you don't want to see this, then look away and come back in about a minute. Turned my UI on for some reason. Just in case you need to see the overlays along with this. Can you click on these? Nope. Right? No. Oh, the animation got it wrong. That's Gospin. That's not our queen. But let's just pretend that it is. Alright, we have always viewed the temporal tear as a phenomenon to fear, but like the civilizations before us, the call to adventure asks us to confront our anxiety and leap into the unknown. As a radical action of hope, I have sent enough duplicants through the temporal tear, 1, to start another colony. Explore a dimension beyond ours and plant the seeds of life throughout time and space. Proceed. Alright, we did it! 45 out of 45 achievements. All of our directives that we expected to do during this run have been completed. We are still not quite done. There's still a couple little things that I want to do. One of which is somebody had a good idea of letting all of the shine bugs congregate around the monument to help celebrate us completing it. But I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to embrace the horrible performance and we are just going to unbuild a bunch of tiles here and let these guys roam free. I will have a couple more sections here just as a thank you for watching and all that fun stuff. One other thing that we did, that was mostly my wife running this effort to do something very cool, is put together a bunch of stickers that are kind of little references to this series, and I sent them out to a bunch of people, and you guys were kind enough to read the little bonus card that you got in there. I don't know if Bonnie's actually going to make it out of here alive. Are you taking, like, way too much radiation? Okay, you might make it. Can you get out? Get out? Why are you just standing there? Okay, let's not die as the last thing we do. Get out of there. Okay. I don't know what you're doing. Oh, they're moving eggs. Okay, I need to stop this. Alright, anyway. So we sent stickers out, and, oh my. They're just being consumed by the light. This is great. This is better than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so you guys sent a whole bunch of stickers, or rather pictures of where you put your stickers. I thought some of them were super funny. I'm going to show a whole bunch of them here, so here you go. Alright, we have heard many cheers from our shine bugs. Lots of vomiting. This is some celebration vomit, by the way. Best kind of vomit. Our shine bugs are going to slowly take over the map, But a couple more things that I wanted to do before signing off here. Typically at the beginning of all my videos, I will feature a comment that either made me laugh or was really good to read and kind of made a lot of this worth it. So some of them didn't get used, so all the ones that didn't get used from this series, I'm just going to go ahead and throw them up here, just so that we have a fun little sign-off thing to do. But yeah, thank you guys very much for supporting this series, for hanging out, for giving me pointers and suggestions and ideas for things. I'm open to suggestions for what you guys would want to see next, because I do have a couple of plans, but not super long-term plans. I'd say maybe like the next month-ish or so is planned out. I don't really know how this next little month is going to go of content, but I'm just going to keep going at it and putting stuff out for as long as you guys are interested in watching it, and for as long as I still have things to do and say. So, hey, more celebration vomit! Yay! Oh, hey, your spots went away. So yeah, our performance is already getting pretty bad from all these shine bugs being let loose. But, oh, also the radiation is going to be pretty horrible everywhere as it'll spread. But, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, if you have any ideas for any future content, please let me know. I was shocked at how much support this series got, honestly. Usually when I've done these types of series that are just, like, for fun and just to do silly stuff, they get way less attention than the other ones that I do. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. And I hope that you guys enjoy the future stuff that I put out, or any questions or comments or anything would be wonderful. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon with some more videos. I actually think the next one we're going to do is just a recap of this entire series, partly for the people that didn't get through the entire thing, but also partly for just discussing like how things went and what I would do differently and what might be interesting to try. I don't know exactly how that video is going to go, so I'll probably just wing it and put it out here in the next few days. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you back here really soon.